Hey guys, Professor Bill, Comic Book University, and Wonder Woman issue number 68. This was a very fun comic book, and just reading the front cover here, this part, this did my heart well. Look, there's a variant cover by Andrew Kari, that it was really good. It was beautiful. All right, I love his artwork. I've talked to him. He's really good people, but I gotta say, this one by the Dodsons, Terry and Rachel Dodson, this one made me smile. All right. This scene does not actually happen in the comic book, but it does kind of represent the overall tone of the comic book. These two, Giganta and Wonder Woman, are actually becoming friends. And I really dig that. I hope that these two don't become enemies at the end of this. Really quick, this is the Giant War finale. G. Willow Wilson is the writer, Carrie Nord on pencils, Mick Gray doing the inks, artwork done by, I can't read this very well, Ronan Cliquette, sorry, and Romulo Fayaro Jr. on colors. Letters done by Pat Brousseau, and I already told you who does the covers. And William Moulton Morrison created Wonder Woman along with HD Geiger. God, why? Anyway, you know what? I'm not going to stress myself out over that. And yes, it is comic book stressful, not life stressful. Comic book stressful. Just give credit where credit's due, man. So, anyway, yeah, like I said, Giganna and Wonder Woman bond a little bit in this. Now, there is a part later. Also, the idea of we find out what the sword is, all right? I don't want to give a whole lot of spoilers. I try to be really careful with spoilers when it comes to the final issue of an arc. So, the sword, we find out the identity of the sword, the owner of the sword. This is clearly going to be the topic of the next story arc, or at least a future story arc, soon. But I think it's going to be the next story arc. We got to see hints that this sword is going to be important, and yeah, it's apparently going to be crucial to the storyline. What do you call it? We get it. We get a new team up. We already know in general what the next team up is going to be. I'm kind of sad that it doesn't look like Giganna is going to be joining them for the next issue, because wow, that makes me sad. I really enjoyed seeing these two bond. I didn't realize it until this issue. You know what I'm saying? That again, I haven't read a whole lot by G. Willow Wilson. I've only read the first two story arcs of the Miss Marvel comic books. So that's like what 12 issues or so. So here, yeah, little. I don't know. I just didn't know what to expect from her writing. But seeing her write about friendships, yeah, yeah, I can see that. If she continues writing like this, I think that I can adjust my focus to enjoy her reading in that regard. You know what I'm saying? This is not the Wonder Woman that I'm used to reading necessarily. I'm not some super fan of any character, not even like, Captain America, Hawkman, Green Lantern, some of my favorite characters out there. Even Mockingbird, Barbara Morse, my favorite female character, all right? Even characters like this, I don't care who's writing them. People, hey, Professor, are you excited that, there's going to be a Mockingbird comic book out? No, I'm not. I don't get excited over things like that. I get excited when I read the comic book and I enjoy it. That's what I get excited over. I don't get excited over, oh, we're teasing that such and such. I don't care about your teases. Oh, are you glad? They can sit there and say, oh, Jonathan Hickman is going to write for Mockingbird. Cool. It will probably be really good, but I don't know. I don't actually know for sure. And I'm not the type of person to get excited and build up false hope that, maybe the comic will be good, and either it meets my expectations and yeah, or it falls short and I go crap, or whatever, it could exceed my high expectation. I don't know. I just go in there with few expectations every time somebody takes over a new comic book, whatever. All right. And I try to learn what they're doing. I try to get what they're doing. There's still a lot of things about this comic book that I don't like. Okay. I gotta give credit where credit is due. I was called out that Wonder Woman does indeed have the power of teleportation. That's cool. At the same time, to also be fair to me, because, that's what fairness is, we didn't get any explicit indication that she actually teleported. And nobody teleports into a pre-assigned meeting with Amanda freaking Waller. That doesn't happen. So I get it, but also let's get it. All right. I don't understand how a lot of what's being done here is happening. Sometimes skipping over the boring parts ruins a story, or at least brings it down. And in my opinion, to be fair, G. Willow Wilson is not doing the greatest job in the world at Wonder Woman. But when it comes to her building a friendship, even out of an otherwise mortal enemy, that was actually, dude, to be fair, that was really damn good. This was amazing. Seeing these two like this. Like, I don't think that Giganna and Wonder Woman are going to be at odds the next time that they meet if G. Willow Wilson is writing them. At least I would be really disappointed if she did do that. I would be so utterly disappointed if she did something like that. Like, why would you ever build them up to be these kinds of friends? I don't want to see these two as enemies again. Now, eventually, we're going to have another crisis, even though they may or may not call it crisis. I think they are going to be calling it the crisis of the 7 crises or whatever. We're going to have another crisis at some point. And then everything's going to be rebooted. We're going to go back to issue number 1 of everything. And we're going to be reintroduced to characters in a different way. It could either go the way of the New 52, or go the way of Rebirth, or go the way of the post-crisis. There's lots of different ways it could go something entirely different. Who knows? You might like some of the titles. You might hate some of the titles. You might be to some of the titles. Whatever, man, whatever. But when that happens, the thing that's probably going to disappoint me the most is seeing Giganna and Wonder Woman not be acquaintances, all right? To not actually be friends in some way, shape, or form or another. I really like this pairing of these two. I really like it. And that's what I'm focused the most on in this comic book. The action, all that stuff, all of it, to me, was just in emphasizing the friendship between these two. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's not quite a wow factor. Had to stop myself there. Got to be fair. But I want to see these two more. I want to see more interactions with these two. I'd like to see a one-shot where they're both just sitting in a bar chilling out. You know what I'm saying? I would like to see something like that. I would like to see them go to... We just had a bachelorette party, kind of, in issue number, what was it, 68 of Batman. I just did the review a little while ago. I wouldn't mind seeing these two being a part of a bachelorette party. I say that would be cool. Maybe Giganna's bachelorette party. That would be hot. I would love to see that. Why not? You know, say, ooh, yeah, make it something like that where she gets invited and it's all villains there except Wonder Woman also. Everyone, why is she here? It's like, whoa. This is a neutral zone. Dude, I'm telling you, man, like, I'm writing a comic book right now. That would be a cool issue. I would love to see that. Anyway, guys, yeah, more of that. More of this cover, more of this kind of a comic book. Professor Bill, Comic Book University, class dismissed.